up, guys? Hope everybody's doing well and having a great day. Happy Saturday. Looking at a map here. Actually, I have two maps up here. I want to start off with this info real quick. 3.5 earthquake in Louisiana. What is going on? We're going to talk about that here in just a moment. What's up, Yo Girl, Paola Rodriguez. What's up, Jamie? Cherry Boo. What's going on, guys? Did you hear about the 3.5 earthquake in Louisiana? Actually, less than 2 hours ago, right? Hey, thanks, John Connor. Appreciate that. Hello, Catherine. Hello, Butterfly 31. Hall Summit, Louisiana, 3.5 earthquake. That followed a 2.5 earthquake. What is going on in Louisiana? I think you guys all know. You know what's going on in Louisiana. Hello from Pennsylvania. Where are you guys from today? L. Robbins, the Moore family, Elizabeth from Pennsylvania. Walla Walla, Washington, Hollis Bays Miller. What's up, guys? God from Texas joined us today. Varus from Germany. Yo Girl is in Louisiana. You had a 3.5 earthquake just a couple hours ago. Hello from West Texas, Missy. What's happening, John Heald? John Heald is a Star family member. If you guys would be interested in becoming a Star family member, you can do so at the link down below in the description box. CC77 from Pennsylvania, Butterfly 31 from Pennsylvania, John Connor from Pennsylvania, right on. Mrs. Muddock from Oklahoma, Karen McKee from Arkansas, right on. California, Idaho, surprise, Arizona, that's my neighbor. We had a 3.5 earthquake today in Louisiana. Are you kidding me? At 3.1 miles deep. So I looked at the map and I'm like, okay, why are we having earthquakes in Louisiana now all of a sudden? This is highly unusual to be seeing earthquakes in Louisiana. So I got to looking around. And you guys know what's up. They're apparently doing some sort of drilling. Once I looked at the map here on my earthquake app, like most of you guys probably have, when you see a little area like this on a map anywhere, that is it's an oil drilling operation, and you can see them all over the place over here. That's what those little concrete, they look like concrete pads are. See them? It's no secret. It happened in Oklahoma for years, and it appears to be now happening in northwestern Louisiana. Apparently there's a pocket of gas or something down there, but that's got to be what's happening. And I cannot recall over the years Louisiana being a place known for its earthquakes. No. So this is right down the road. See this one here? That is a oil operation. And if you go from the 3.5, which is right there, and by the way, it was very, very shallow, so that's consistent with a frac well. And if you just go down the road right here, there it is. There's the same one on the map right there. Stone's throw away. Probably what, 500 yards from the 3.5? One of those caused, and then there was a 2.5 in there as well. So probably what's up, but you never know. Stranger things have happened, right? Today, I'm going to show you guys some stunning images of something, at least that I found pretty cool. I think you guys will too. More sky shapes like you see over here at the homepage of the website. I don't know if any of you guys even saw this because the video didn't go anywhere. So we'll just talk about it again. I mean, it's kind of cool. The Spade in the sky above Tallahassee, Florida. Are you serious? This was sent in, or the video, the picture was taken by Dre, sent in by his friend from Tallahassee, Florida. He took that driving down the highway, and there appears to be something behind it. I don't know if you guys saw that or not. If you did see the video, you may have, but check it out. Another cool shape in the clouds, in the sky, above north central Florida. So you got to ask yourself, what is going on in north central Florida, right? I got something from Tampa. Since we're on the subject, here's a picture, another picture from Tampa. Florida, again, I'm telling you, I have seen more photos and videos come out of Florida just in the first 3 weeks of January of 2024 than I probably did all of 2023. You guys see it right here? Kelly Evans, Tampa, Florida. Check it out. Do you see why Kelly took the picture? Just a Guy 69 from the Philippines. Right on. We are all over the world. Deborah Bedingfield. Hi from Tennessee. A star family member. Thank you, Deborah. Check it out. You see why Kelly took the photo here? Look at the jumbo triangle in the sky. Are you kidding me? Great to be here and meet y'all. Psych. Thank you, Psych. Driving down the highway to a show. Michael Joshua Lewis. James Roast from Texas. Right on. But see got people from Tennessee and London. All right. But this is why Kelly took the picture, because of the big triangle in the sky. Yet another fascinating feature in the sky above Florida. Florida's a fascinating place. I used to live in Florida many years ago, but I don't recall all of this sky activity when I lived in Florida. I don't recall ever seeing anything in the sky that wasn't identifiable. This stuff here is off the hook, man. Now we're going from Florida to some of you guys that are in Texas. Check it out. Brandon T. out of Bryan, Texas. You see why Brandon took the picture of the sky, right? Doesn't look natural. There's a big void in the middle of the clouds, and the void is symmetrical. Looks like it's of intelligent origin at the very least. Look at the right angles and the 90 degree angles in the sky. I mean, you got to ask yourself, since when does nature start working in angles and trapezoids and things like that? It normally doesn't. Look at that. That's why he took the picture. What in the world is going on? I mean, you know, I've been drawn to the sky for many years. I really have. And I'm still drawn to the sky. I'm very fascinated by creation and the sky, the earth. You know, I love it all. The solar system, I think it's all very fascinating. I want to share something with you guys. And I mentioned this the other day, Dry Toast and Beans and Frank. What's up, Beans and Frank? I mentioned this the other day, and somebody said, no, that's not possible. But I kind of think it is, and here's what I'm talking about. I want you to look at something. And maybe you'll agree, maybe you'll disagree, and that's okay. It's okay to disagree and have a different opinion. There's nothing wrong with that at all. Okay, I want to show you something. Check it out. My favorite planet, right? You all know what that is. You've all seen it. You've seen pictures of it at least. That is Jupiter. And yes, it's my favorite planet. I do play favorites when it comes to planets. Okay, here we go. Check this out. You know what that is? That's your sun. Look at that. That's the sun right there. See any similarities? Almost look like twins. What's going on? This is the sun through the Closeup telescope in Hawaii. This is just from a few days ago. You'd have thought they took a picture of or an image of Jupiter. No, that is not Jupiter. That is the sun. Looks just like Jupiter, though, minus the red storm that is diminishing. The red storm is almost gone. I mean, it's shrunk. It's not necessarily gone. It's just not as big as it used to be, that's all. But don't those look almost identical? Talk about... I think Jupiter was a star. I really do. I think what happened, Jupiter has a big family, right? It's got, what, 70 moons? Well, what if those moons used to be planets? Just saying. What if it used to have a solar output like the sun? They look very similar. And it has a large family. It has many, many moons orbiting the gas giant, as we're told. But it looks almost identical to the sun in certain formats. You can't just go out and take a picture of it and expect it to look like that. That's obviously through a specialized filter. But through the specialized filter, looks like Jupiter to a T. Pretty cool, right? What else we got? Oh, the South Florida moon. I got a note card here because I have so many cool things I want to share with you guys today, and this is one of them right here. South Florida moon sent in by, I think, Chip Snyder. Chip Snyder, South Florida moon, January 25th of 2024. through the clouds. I'm sure this is just a effect of the clouds, but the moon looked like Jupiter. This was the full moon about 48 hours ago. Look at that. What a cool view of the moon. You guys see some of the coolest stuff out there. I love it, man. Keep it coming. Look at that. Looks like the moon had stripes on this night. Obviously, it did not. This is just a trick of light with the clouds and stuff. I didn't do anything to it. This is exactly how it was sent to me. All I did was put Chip's name on it.
Everglades looking weird.
He said it just looked weird. And it does. I totally agree. It actually looked like that to him. But, you know, it was just the cloud configuration at that particular time. This is how he sent it to me. Like I said, all I did was put his name, location, and date on it. Very cool video of the moon, the recent full moon from, you guessed it, Florida, South Florida. What is going on in Florida? Now we've got really cool moon views from Florida. Wow, I don't remember Florida, honestly. And here's the sky spade again, also from Florida. How does that happen? You know what I mean? Really, when you look at that, you see guys like, come on, man. How does that happen? I know I do. When you see something like that in the sky, and I by the way, I've never seen anything like that in the sky. Thanks to Dre, now we've all seen a spade in the clouds above Florida. Pretty incredible. Wanted to show you guys a sun diving comet. This is on today's Soho Lasasco C3 instrument. Why would it dive towards the sun? And you know, when you think about it, why does a comet dive towards the sun? It's going against the solar wind. You can see the solar wind just pouring off of the sun. See it right there? The plasma is going out in all 360-degree directions everywhere. And then you've got a comet that it just seems, it goes against just basic laws of physics. It's going against the wind. Why is it going against the wind? Watch over here, right here at the 8 o'clock position. See it? I'll zoom in on here in a second. Right there it is. Don't see those very often, but we've got one coming in for the solar eclipse. Look at it. Going home. That's what I think. Maybe that's where it came from. Did you ever think of that? That's how it has so much horsepower to get back towards the sun. It's diving towards the sun. Maybe that's where it came from eons ago. And it's just kind of returning, and then it gets close to the sun and then gets vaporized. Sometimes they dive into the sun. This is a spacecraft that monitors the sun from back here at Earth. It orbits the sun with the Earth. It's not anywhere near the sun. It's 93 million miles away. But every once in a while, you'll catch a small comet diving towards the sun. And I always look at it kind of like, how is it going that fast towards the sun against the solar wind? And I think that's where it came from, right? Maybe so. Speaking of comets, here's an update on the timeline. 71 days and 17 hours from the total solar eclipse of the sun, April 8th of 2024. That day, that moment, in fact, will be joined by possibly a quite spectacular comet about the size of Houston, Texas. The sky could look like that on this day. Are you serious? You can't make this stuff up. I'm pretty sure after this day, there's going to be movies made about this moment in time. This is going to be, it could be, I don't know for sure, but usually when comets get close to the sun, if they're big enough to maintain stability and not just completely, sublime and go just fall apart, and I think this one's big enough, it'll put on quite a show. And we could look up during the eclipse and see this in the sky at about the 10 o'clock position. If the sun were a clock and you're looking up at the eclipse safely during the eclipse, this could shine like a bright star in the daytime sky as daytime turns to darkness. You cannot make this stuff up. This is going to be a day that's going to go down in history for hundreds and hundreds of years, if not longer. I don't recall this ever happening. A comet diving towards the sun at perihelion during the eclipse, the total solar eclipse. Here it is right here. It's still coming in. This is the path of the comet that's inbound right now as I do this video. Comet 12P Pons Brooks. It's going to be right here between the Earth and the sun during the eclipse on April the 8th Wow. And we're going to be in the path of totality somewhere in this stripe you see across North America, waiting on the 10-day forecast. That's why we haven't picked a place yet, because we want to go to a place that has no clouds on April 8th of 2024. We're going to record the comet. We're going to record the eclipse and the comet live from a location in this stripe. And the stripe is the path of 100% visibility of the total eclipse. So if you're Indianapolis, you've got the best seat on earth. Carbondale, Illinois, best seat on earth. Anybody in this path right here, you've got the best seat in the world. Are you serious? Montreal, Rochester, Buffalo, Cleveland, Dayton, Ohio, Evansville, Indiana. You guys have the best seat on earth. Good for you. Waco, Texas, Dallas, Texas, Fort Worth, Texas. So what we're going to do is wait till day 10. Right now we're at 71. When it gets down to day 10, we're going to check the 10-day forecast. And wherever the skies are forecasted to be crystal clear, and I'm talking within a 300-mile radius in all directions, because the weather can change at a moment's notice, as we all know, that's the place where we're going to go. And we're going to do a live stream from that location. So make sure you're subscribed to the YouTube channel, because you definitely want to check out the eclipse. Subscribing is a two-step process. You subscribe and then you activate that bell. If you don't activate the bell, then you're not going to get notified each time I upload a new video, or anybody's YouTube channel that you're subscribed to. I'm sure you guys are subscribed to many YouTube channels. And if you want to see their videos, any creator's videos moving forward, make sure the bell is activated. It's a two-step process. Subscribe. Just because you're subscribed to a channel does not mean you'll get notified whenever the creator that you like to watch their videos and stuff, doesn't mean you're going to get notified unless you activate the bell. And sometimes, for whatever reasons, they become unactivated, deactivated. Here's the thing we've been doing. Just double check. Every once in a while, double check. Make sure you're still subscribed to your favorite YouTubers, and make sure the bell's activated. That's all you can do. And if that doesn't work, just swing by and check in every once in a while. And I can say myself that I don't get notified either, guys, and I have to do the same thing. So it's not a big deal. Just check it out every once in a while. That's all. What else do we have? I'm going to take you guys to Wickenburg, Arizona. I've got another rock to share with you guys. Check this out. Remember Stu that sent in the mysterious rocks, and there was a great debate whether the rocks were of space origin, whether they were meteorites or meteoroids, whether they were just rocks with mysterious carvings on them from a civilization of long ago. Stu sent me another rock from Easter Island. Are you kidding me? Look at this. Look at the carvings on this rock. And I had some people analyze those rocks that Stu shared and found all kinds of different things. I thought maybe there might have been a star map on one of them. One of the features that I noticed kind of looked like a sun. But here's another one. If you want to have some fun with it, maybe you can kind of try to interpret what's on this rock that was sent in once again by our friend Stu. This rock is from Easter Island. How about that? Thank you, Stu. That is super cool. Really appreciate that. Keep them coming, buddy. Those are really, really awesome. Checking in on the GOES X-Ray Flux over here at the Space Weather Prediction Center. All quiet the last 24 hours. In fact, the last 72 hours have been fairly quiet. The Earth-facing side of the sun is going quiet. We had a flurry of M-class solar flares from this active region and sunspots up here that are turning away from the Earth. Sun's pretty quiet, and it's going to stay that way for at least a day or two. We might have some action turning around here on the eastern limb of the sun, or coming around the eastern limb of the sun, but right now, you can see for yourself, not much up. Looking at the Schumann resonance, those of you that are sensitive to the Schumann, maybe you've felt a little something here recently. There's a little bit of energy showing up. Very, very minuscule. It's not strong. Like we saw a brief spike for about 4 hours, 5 days ago, 5.5 days ago. Again, you may be sensitive to the Schumann. And I did a study on that a long time ago. I did a study on coronal holes in humans and how people are sensitive to the coronal hole energy, that Earth-facing coronal holes. It can affect your mood. It can affect your sleeping habits. It can possibly make your ears ring. Some people, because ringing of the ears is a neurological thing. It's not necessarily like you're hearing a ringing somewhere that's in your room or outside. It's a neurological thing. So energy that you can't see affects your central nervous system. So if you're sensitive to the Schumann energy or coronal hole energy, like I said, I did a study many years ago, and to do it right, it would have taken a small army. So I got started on it, learned a lot from what I did complete in about 6 months, but I needed, like I said, a small army to do that because it involves your chromosome, whether you're male or female, your blood type, how old you are, all kinds of things. So, but it's true. Your body is sensitive to the energy from the sun, the energy from the moon, and of course the Schumann resonance, the energy, the Earth's heartbeat, energy from the Earth. Okay, you're looking at the Yellowstone supervolcano caldera. Speaking of energy, wow, this has always been a source of tremendous power and energy. It's quiet. It's been quiet for a long, long time, over 700,000 years from what I've been told. I can't confirm or deny that because I haven't been here 700,000 years, but that's what we're told. It hasn't erupted in a long, long time. Some say it's overdue, so we check on it every single day because it's kind of a big deal. It's got a 35-mile wide caldera. Are you kidding me? That's huge. And it sits right there in Wyoming. So today, looking at the supervolcano, a little bit of activity in the northwestern quadrant. The red lines you see are small earthquakes. I would expect that from a supervolcano. It's a big deal. The blue lines are magma intrusion. There's a lot of magma in that 35-mile wide caldera and even more underneath it. When it's underground, it's magma. When it comes above ground, if it ever does, in a volcano, out of a volcano, it becomes lava. Underground, it's magma. Above ground, it's lava. Same substance, different name. Mammoth Vault, earthquake activity, been a steady run of earthquakes up there. Man, for weeks. I don't know what's going on up there. But all in all, pretty quiet at the supervolcano caldera. Not the same situation down here in northwestern Louisiana. I've been following earthquakes over here at the USGS for years, like a lot of you guys have. And this is actually a blank map. Let me put a different map on here so we can see exactly where we are. And there's where we are right there. Check it out. Okay. Earthquakes, pretty quiet globally. Northwestern Louisiana, there you go. Are you serious? I don't think I've ever seen maybe 5 the whole time I've been following earthquakes, if that, in Louisiana. And here we've got 2 in less than 24 hours, heck, less than 12 hours right there in that location. So there's something going on in northwestern Louisiana. Not a big deal. It's happened in Oklahoma, happened in Texas, and it continues to happen. You can see right over here. Here's another area where the earthquakes are pretty much on a daily basis. And that's what's going on there. It's what's going on in Oklahoma. And it's not a secret. It happens. And every once in a while, it will create a small earthquake. It's a very, the approach to that type of industry, it's strong, and sometimes it can create small earthquakes, but not that big of a deal, right? What's going on? Aaron, Shannon, John, Josie Wales back in the house. Guys, I'm going to show you something that we'll get to it here in a minute, but it's quite the cool structure that was spotted above the earth here a while back. And I don't know if you guys saw this story. I'm going to touch on it simply because I had a gentleman send me a drawing of something that was in the news here, I don't know, a week or so ago. Honestly, I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't know that much about what we're looking at here other than what Johnny sent me. Johnny drew this, and he's apparently a decent artist. He took and he drew, remember the jellyfish thing that was going around the web for a while, something seen in the sky? In fact, I think I have the article here. Let me look. You guys, I'm sure, have heard of it. I think I have it. Yeah, right here. Here we go. What's the date on this thing? No date. Okay, right on. Why is there no date? Oh, there we go. January 23rd. Okay, it's not that old. Just a few days ago. A jellyfish-shaped UFO displays transmedium capability, right? Here's the video of the jellyfish thing that was spotted in the sky, right? This is what Johnny drew his picture from. That right there. He sent it to me via email, and there it is. This is how he interpreted, and I think he did a great job. That's how he interpreted that thing right there. Look, see that? He drew that from that. I'd say he did a pretty good job. Way to go, Johnny. And I've had that for, what's today, the 27th? I think he sent that to me like a couple of days ago, maybe 3 days ago tops. But that's how he interpreted that thing, whatever it was in the sky, that was being called a jellyfish just because of its appearance in the sky, I guess. But that's how Johnny interpreted that. Pretty cool. Good job, Johnny. Thanks for sharing. I really appreciate that. Right on. Okay, I'm going to take you guys now. I showed you the comment. We've got all kinds of stuff. I have got an entire half a screen of stuff over here to share with you guys. Orbs galore. I've got so many. I got a whole folder full of orbs that I obviously I'm not going to get to all of them today, but I'll get to as many as I can. I'm going to show you guys an orb right now out of Brick, New Jersey. I've got 3 videos of orbs to share with you guys, and then we're going to analyze this mysterious craft above planet Earth. Let me look at my note card here real quick. Yeah, done the rock, done the jellyfish orb. Okay, here we go. This is a video sent in by Leslie Lopez from 1/1 of 2024. 2024 started out very active with regard to sky phenomena. And this video is out of Brick, New Jersey. And she noticed this in the nighttime sky above Brick, New Jersey. And I've got, coincidentally, 2, actually a lot more than 2, but 2 that I'm going to share in this video today of similar sightings of what looks like the same exact object in the sky that's pretty good size. Doesn't appear to be behaving like a Chinese lantern because it would be drifting at an angle upward. Wouldn't be this big. This is a pretty good size object, whatever it is. She was quite drawn to it. That's obviously why she recorded this thing, because it looked so unusual and it was very, very bright. I haven't done anything to this. I didn't do a thing but put her name on it and the date and the location, just like I did Chips out of South Florida. But a big, bright, glowing object in the sky above Brick, New Jersey, right? Okay. Got more to share with you guys of the same type of phenomenon. Here we go. Another video, January 20th, right around a week ago, 10:15 p.m. Andrew Morris, look what he saw. Looks like he saw the same thing. Again, this thing is big. And when I mean by big, it's probably 8 feet wide. It's not that high off the ground, maybe 2,500 feet. Between 6 and 8 feet wide. That's decent size. It's not blinking, not making any noise. And here's what I did. Okay, over here on the right is the original. It was a vertical video. And when you're recording videos, guys, if you can, if you're using a smartphone, turn your smartphone sideways before you hit the record button. If you turn your smartphone sideways after you hit the record button, it's going to be a sideways video. It'll still be vertical, but it'll be crooked. You have to turn your phone sideways before you start recording.
Green light on the house.
Then
so
you'll get the
annoying,
entire field of view. But he did a good job, and all I did over here on the left was zoom in on the object, or on the right zoom in. And you can see he noticed the same thing. I don't know if it was the same exact object, but look at that
Every
thing.
night in Belton, Missouri.
Belton, Missouri. This is out of Missouri.
Night.
And this guy's seeing
When
this
it's
thing
clear
on a regular basis.
I'm sure they're up there when it's...
He sees this on a regular basis.
And there's this.
Belton, Missouri. So
Every
this
night
is
when it's clear out.
not New Jersey. So a different part of the country. Looks like the same exact
There's a
thing.
nuclear facility place close by. There's Whiteman Air Force Base close by. I live in Belton, Missouri.
He lives in Belton,
Just
Missouri.
on the south side of Kansas City. It's a suburb.
Right there it is. And he sees this thing, he says, frequently, pretty much every night. And this was on January the 20th at 10:15 p.m. He sees these things all the time. Andrew Morris, January the 20th. Good job, Andrew. Appreciate that. Got one more to share with you guys. My man Ron Kent. I believe he's from out east as well. He's noticing these things, and these were moving rather quickly. He noticed them on the 21st. So we've seen them on the 1st, the 20th, the 21st, and a multitude of days in between. Ron sees these all the time. Ron has shared many videos of these things with me over, the last, few weeks. He sees these things a lot too. They look to be the same thing. They don't blink. They don't make noise. Not super high up in the sky. They're way too big. And look at how far away these things are. Look how far away. These are miles away from his location. Probably, 3 or 4 miles from his location? And they still look to be pretty good size. So I don't know what these things are. People are seeing them on a regular basis now. Not nightly, but keep in mind, I'm just one person, and I get videos like this almost on a daily basis. Not every day, no, not every day, but every week I get videos like this from people from various locations all over the world seeing these things, and they're very mysterious. They don't make any noise, and people are very drawn to them because they don't know what they are. We've all seen airplanes, we've all seen helicopters, and we're very familiar with what they look and sound like. These things are something different. People are seeing things that are different in the sky, like Ryan out of Wickenburg, Arizona. Ryan said he's found a spot up here. The sky is very dark. He says it's an excellent view of the nighttime sky. And he sets his camera out up here and then just kind of lets it roll. And he's been picking up things in the nighttime sky. And he's been sharing a few videos with me. You're looking at the same video here. I zoomed in heavy on the left. We're going to look at 2 versions of this video because there's 2 things in this video I want you guys to see that are not airplanes and they're not helicopters, and they are extremely high up in the sky. I'm zoomed in very close over here on the left. There it is on the right. That's the original. And he zoomed in a little bit too right there. It entered the field of view and disappeared. But above it, there was a solid red high-speed object that moved right there through the field of view. Came out of nowhere. That thing was miles and miles and miles away. I don't even know if it was inside the atmosphere. I'm just being totally honest with you. This thing, I've seen something like that before many years ago, and high in the northern sky. I looked up and there was a red, you know what it looked like? It looked like a red asteroid with no tail. It looked like a very rugged looking rock that traveled the entire skyline. It was moving from west to east, high up in the north sky, and it was that color of red. Didn't make a sound, didn't blink, didn't change color. Just stayed just dark red. And it reminds me of this one right here, but this is, you're going to see darts to the left here. Watch, you're going to see it just bolt to the left. Changes color and then accelerates right in here somewhere. There it goes. Now, what does that? I mean, really, here's video number 2. Ryan's shared a lot of videos. Check this out. You're going to see there's something here that we cannot see. You just have to see it. It's even hard to explain. I don't know what this thing's doing. I'm going to zoom in. You're going to get a much closer look at this, and you'll be just as baffled as I was, and Ryan too. Once Ryan saw this, he zoomed in, and then I zoomed in a little closer. There's something moving through here. Then it'll start glowing like the sun, go out, it'll do it again, and it will remain there, but this thing keeps on moving. Let's do that again. 1, 2, 3. When he saw it, he zoomed in. I zoomed in a little closer. See how it's leaving some sort of a thing that looks like a mini sun. See it? And it'll stay there, but it keeps moving, this dot. Check that out. Okay. You've got that. That's in the sky temporarily, and then there's something in front of it right there that just looks like a, I don't know, like a white orb or something. But this remains in that location and then very quickly goes out. Watch. We'll do it again. This is at original speed. There it is again. That stays. This thing keeps moving. There it is again. Stays. And then that thing keeps moving. What? I mean, you can't make this stuff up. It's just weird, man. What is that thing? Okay, so what we got here? Oh yeah, there's 2 objects in this field of view. Ryan sent me many videos. I'm still working on some of them. I'm working on a lot, to be honest. It just seems like activity in the sky, guys. To be 100% honest with you, I feel that activity in the sky has increased exponentially here recently. At first, I'm like, okay, it's got to be the conception of the smartphones. You know, everybody's got a recording device. Anybody can record the sky 24/7 whenever you want. And you have the ability to share it around the world. But it's more than that. People are seeing, unless people are just more aware of their surroundings, which is great. I like to see that. Okay, notice right in here. Then you're going to see something come in and make a big sweeping curve that's not an airplane or a helicopter. He does have a good view of the sky up here, and he wasn't kidding when he said he sees a lot of interesting things in the nighttime sky from his view in Wickenburg, Arizona. Got this. I'm going to back it up a little bit and show you guys that right there it goes. See that? When I put it, now this is like an ultra fast forward, but what did that? See it? Comes in, makes a big sweeping curve, and then disappears. Whoosh, there it goes. What does that? There it goes again. Didn't blink, didn't make any noise. Where did it come from? And where was it going? You know, it's interesting. It is absolutely interesting when you especially get something like that on camera. He caught something right there that's highly mysterious. Good job, Ryan. Thanks for sharing, man. Keep them coming. I enjoy them. So Wickenburg, I'm looking at my list here, guys, real quick. We're getting ready to go. Okay, South Florida Moon by our friend Chip. Comet. Just going over my list real quick. Sorry, the earthquake. Because I have 11, 12 different things to share with you guys in this video. Actually, more than that. Here we go. What's going on? T. Kerr. Looked like it's going to land, right? But didn't blink, didn't make any noise. Wow. Okay, so here's where we're going to start. And we're just going to start right here. We got to start somewhere. Yeah, we're going to start here, and then we're going to analyze this even closer. Okay, here we go. Analysis of something watching this guy as he was out doing a mission. But first, I want to share a video from, this is a recent rocket launch, the 23rd, sent in by Josh, who noticed something fall through the sky. Watch over here on the left. And the reason I'm showing you this, it's not anything, mysterious. It's debris falling off of the rocket. It's easy identifiable. But the reason I'm showing you this is because this is easily identifiable, right? There's no mistaking that. That's obviously part of the rocket that just fell off. It showed up in the video. It looks like a big horseshoe. But I'm sure as it re-entered the atmosphere won again like it always does. And it was vaporized in the atmosphere. Not a big deal, right? Okay, here we go. Check this out. This is super weird. You got an astronaut outside the ISS, and there's no way that there would be anything coming close to the space station for a docking when there's an astronaut out walking. That just doesn't happen. That is not standard protocol. Okay, so what we have here cannot be some sort of a capsule that's making a delivery to the space station, and I was asked to reanalyze this, and here we go. We're going to reanalyze it. This was below the space station as the astronaut was out walking, and it appears to have some sort of landing apparatus, and as you're going to see as we analyze this a little bit closer, it appears to have windows, right? Amanda Simpson, you are welcome, Amanda. Okay, here we go, guys. Check this out. I'm going to zoom in. You're going to see multiple angles of this thing. I'm just going to let it play. Obviously, that's not a Blue Origin. It's not a Dragon capsule coming in to dock. It's not even round, for crying out loud. It has to be round in order to dock with the space station. There's nothing round on this thing at all. It's like a clam flying through the sky or drifting through the sky. And right here, let me pause it. If you're just glancing, just casually, you would kind of think that's the top of a cloud, right? Kind of blends in with the top of the clouds. This is not a cloud. That is some sort of a intelligently designed machine that's below that man as he's out doing a exterior walk. And looking at the land down here, where would you say that's at? Above, I'm going to say above the Indian Ocean. I think that's above the Indian Ocean. I'm just taking a wild guess here. I don't really know where the space station is at, but it looks like to me that's possibly above the Indian Ocean. Maybe, I'm not sure. But here's the object drifting slowly below the ISS. There you go. Check it out. You know, that thing couldn't even dock to the space station if it wanted to. You're going to look at we're going to analyze this angle very closely. And whenever I do analyze this and I do some work to it, I adjust the lighting. There's not much color to work with here, as you can clearly see. But I am going to adjust the lighting considerably. I crank it down a lot. And you're going to see something on there that's pretty cool. You can kind of see it right there. And you're going to be able to see it again. I got this like in ultra slow motion. It's like a wing, right? Pretty cool. Definitely got a uniform shape, obviously intelligently designed. It's not any type of space debris. It looks like it's got like some sort of landing gear or something on the bottom of it. At least it has that capability. Right there, you can see it. Okay, let me back it up. See the whip right there. You can temporarily see right there. Right here, you can see something that looks like could be interpreted as a landing leg of some sort, apparatus, or maybe it's something to retrieve something from the surface of somewhere, if it's scouting something, I don't know. There it is again. And then here's another view. It's a little farther away in this particular field of view, as it was moving away from the gentleman in the space station. But it was almost like it was watching him, you know what I mean? It was kind of cruising by real slow, but moving away, keeping its distance. And as you're going to see whenever I go in tight and we look at this much closer, you're going to see that there's windows on this thing. Straight up windows. Yes, windows. This looks like a command center on the front. Watch. A control center right here. See the thing in the middle? Doesn't that look like obviously the center of the structure? So that's the best place for a control center, would be right there. And there looks like something here on the front that would be that have a purpose. They're not just random, you know. Those features appear to have a purpose. Exactly what that purpose is, you know, your guess is as good as mine. See the windows right there? We're going to zoom in closer, and you're going to see those are windows. There's like what I call the central command right there. Looks like a wing almost. Flying taco, you take your pick. There it is right there. Okay, so what we're going to do, we're going to take the best views from that segment, and we're going to go in super close and take an even closer look, close-up views of what we just saw. And I worked them to the best that I could, because again, as you can see, there's not a whole lot of color to work with. In fact, almost zero. But there it is. That's not a good view of it all, but we're going to make it better. Okay, we're going to make it look a lot better. Again, I think the space station was above the Indian Ocean here, the North Indian Ocean, but it's going based off of what I can see of the land down there. I don't know. But here it is, as it's a little farther away. Got some gear underneath it, I'm sure, that served some sort of a purpose. Here you can kind of see the legs or whatever those things are underneath it, some sort of arms, some sort of maybe landing apparatus, something over here that looks like it's used for retrieving something. Not quite sure. You're going to see windows, though, here in a minute. Be like, it's undeniable. This is just a different format, trying to pull forward these features, because there were plenty. There were a lot of features on this thing that here you can see the bottom side of it. See what looks like a leg, some sort of an extension. There's an extension over here, an extension over here. You can see a line that's, I don't know, some sort of a support bracket there and there. You know, they're strategically positioned on this thing. They're not just random. They create balance. They're in a place so that the structure remains balanced. Right there, look. See the windows right here? That's a whole row of windows. There's probably 5 windows there, or at least 4. There's the central command. Here it is in a different format. Notice the windows over here on the right-hand side. There you go. Check it out. Mac Kelly, Flying Taco. My man, you're right, Mac. It's a flying taco for sure with windows. Look at that. You don't even need me to zoom in on that. Look at the windows right there. So that's why I said in the title, it looked like it was watching him. Those windows there, who was in there and why were they watching him? And see these things here on the front, these are like some sort of control sensors. The things on the bottom, maybe they're sensors, maybe there's some sort of landing sensors, legs, arm, I don't know. Those look like sensors on the front, almost look like windows right there. Like that would be where the pilots are at, right here in the middle. Windows over here, windows over here. The structure itself, man, I don't know. It's got to be what, 100, 150 feet wide? At least. 100, 150 feet wide. Thick, maybe 40. Here you go. Here's a decent view. Check it out. Polenta R. Forest, our friend from California. How are you, Polenta? Good to see you, Polenta R. Forest from Sacramento. And we are looking at a flying machine of some sort. Almost looks like a taco, as some people have noticed, and I noticed it too. Notice the windows, though, over here on the right. Control center in the center, where it should be, I suppose, if you're building some sort of flying machine. You preferably want to be in the center. We want to promote balance whenever we're in any type of vehicle, flying machine. You got to have balance or it's not going to work. So probably windows over here too. We just can't see them, but you can see them pretty clear here. They're oblong shape. See it? There's 1, 2, 3, at least 4 that are pretty visible. Polenta R. Forest. Right there. That was probably one of the better views. I actually tried to add a little bit of color here. Didn't have a ton of success, but it wasn't a complete failure. There was some color. I was able to get some color in there, but there was no color to attach to because it didn't have any visible color. So, I couldn't really add something that wasn't there. I was just trying to enhance what we had to work with. And I will say it didn't turn out too bad. It didn't turn out too bad. What they were looking at, who they were, where they came from, and where they went is a mystery. It's about as mysterious as the flying spade above Florida. I've seen a lot of things over the years, guys. I really have. You guys keep the sky phenomena coming. You do. My mailbox is full. I work on it every day. Just know that if you've sent things, I am working on it. If you've sent things to the Dropbox, I am working on it. I have folders full of material that I'm working on. And I'll get to it. I'll get to it eventually. And I thank you all for sharing various things. You send in some of the craziest things I've ever seen. And if you told me that I'd been looking at analyzing something that looked like a spade in the sky, I probably wouldn't have argued with you. I wouldn't. I'm not the argumentative type. But I don't think I'd have believed it. A spade? There you go. It sure enough happened. There's been a lot happen above Florida here this year, and I'm sure that it's only getting started. Something else I want to share with you guys. The Falcon.
This was shared with me by Annie.
This is a classic here. This is a view from a satellite, the space station, looking down. This is off the coast of Ethiopia. And it just so happened that this cloud system here looked like, as you're going to see here in just a second, I'm going to compare it to something that we all are familiar with. Check this out. Here I enhanced the photo that Annie shared with me, and you can see it looks like it's aerodynamic, right? And that's just the top of a cloud off the coast of Africa. Here's a much better view, and you can see where that's going, right? Ta-da! Look just like a Millennium Falcon. Say, what? Yeah, almost same shape, same size, everything. How cool is that? Now that is something you don't see every day, for real. And that's a real photo sent in by Annie, who happened to notice that via the ISS space station. So super cool photo, once again, sent in by Annie. Thank you, Annie. Really do appreciate that. And I appreciate all you guys stopping by. And that's right, new news. Smash the like button if you like. Make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel if you would like updates whenever I upload a new video. That would be really cool. If you're a current subscriber, just double check, guys, because I do get comments, not every day, that's an exaggeration, but to be honestly, I do get comments at least once a week from people that say they were unsubscribed or, you know, they didn't get notified. And guys, I have no control over that. However you do, just simply resubscribe, double check, make sure you're still subscribed. If you're a new viewer, by all means, subscribe. We try to have fun over here and look at real things from real people. That's what we do. We look at real things from real people, ordinary people that notice something extraordinary, usually in the sky. I'm working on some things that are not sky related. I've got a folder of more mutants. You guessed it. You guys that have shared the mutants with me here recently, I'm working on that video and we're going to do it this week. Really cool mutant video of some of the most bizarre things, not sky related. These are just, I don't know how you want to describe. They're mutants, just weird stuff that have grown in people's gardens, on their trees. I think you guys are going to get a kick out of it. One of them is a tree branch, unlike any tree branch you'll ever see. If anybody says they've seen one, I would be incredibly surprised. But it is the most unique tree branch, I think, probably in the entire world, Beans and Frank. So that video is coming up soon. Maxim1, Mike sounds good today. Thank you. Sean Sidnor. Thank you, Sean. One of my favorite live streams. Keep it up, brother. Well, thank you, Sean. I appreciate that, and I will. I like doing the live streams. I like interacting with you guys. I really do. You guys are very cool, and you're very smart. The smartest people in the world. All I got to do is ask you guys over there in that chat room, and you'll figure it out in about 30 seconds or less. So anyway, guys, that's all I've got for today. We went over all the material I had. I've got a note card. You can hear right there that I had 11 different things to share with you guys. So I'm going to hop off of here for today. I've shared everything that I've got. And let's see. Yeah, I'm just double checking here. Yeah, I've definitely shared everything that I've got on queue for today. So as always, make sure you subscribe, activate that bell so you get notified of future videos. And let's see what else we got going on. Oh, if you like the video, by all means, like the video. Share if you can. That would greatly help. It's free. Share the video with all your friends. All right, guys. Where are we at here? Oh, yeah, here we go. Thanks for watching. Have a super day. Be safe out there.